All right, we took a break to
wind down.
To cool down a little bit, to gather our thoughts, to reclaim ourselves a little bit. We watched some Red Letter Media videos. We discussed JFK getting into a mecha to solve the Cuban Missile Crisis. How do we even get onto that?
I have no idea.
Joshua said that the biggest letdown of 2020 is that the presidential mecha didn't get busted out. No one ever got into I give my life for on. It didn't let me do the whole climb, whatever. And then the ladder breaks away, so you can't go back down.
I wasn't sure what that
Sully,
was.
are you there? Damn it. Sully, come in.
Well, before we go anywhere.
God, mate.
Oh, hold on.
Where are you?
Heading your way. They've got Elena. We have to stop them.
Yeah, got problems of my own. Bastards have me pinned down outside the church.
Almost there.
First, I have to get this treasure, Sully.
You have to get the gold ingot,
It was solid.
and also...
It was solid gold. What do you expect from me, old man? You're the one who wanted the gold.
Yes, but also calling back. Hey, Sully, by the way,
Zambambos.
My man.
There's a few zombies we gotta worry about.
We got to get the hell out of here.
We got new problems, man. No, it was Joshua said the biggest disappointment of 2020 is that Metal Wolf Chaos didn't get broken out at any point, and then you said something like, well, that's because Trump's too old. You got to be young. You got to be young to get into Mecca. And then first thing I thought, I was just young president. My neurons fired out, and I just found JFK first. So I was like, if the Cuban Missile Crisis hadn't gone the way that it did, he would have been in the Mecca on the coast of Florida, grabbing nukes out of the air and throwing them back.
Then
on the coast of Florida.
Then we were describing the scene of like, oh man, I'm never gonna make it. There's too many of them.
Then Marilyn Monroe shows up in another mecha. It gives him the energy that he needs to move to get to do it. Whoa, that ragdoll. So we were talking about ragdolls last time. I think the way this game works is sometimes it just does a straight ragdoll, but a lot of times it has a pre-canned animation that goes into ragdoll. Nate, get out.
I wonder...
Nate, get out of cover.
It's a good thing these guys are indecisive.
Sometimes the game has a pre-canned death animation that then transitions into a ragdoll, where like once they fly a certain amount through the air, then it allows it to play.
You see that with a decent amount of games. I'm wondering, I have nothing to base this on other than that I've seen it happen a bunch of times in other games.
Oh my god.
I wonder if the transition to 60 FPS has something to do with the ragdoll.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you, because I did no research before this playthrough, so I really couldn't tell you much of anything. It wasn't until the second session that I even bothered to look at footage of the vanilla version of the game and say, oh yeah, it had a screen tearing issue. There we go, that was an Iron Fist.
Good stuff. Yeah, no, like, the game that comes to mind is the Dead Space series. It was all 30 FPS and now it's on PC.
Yeah.
Where you can play it at a higher, and boy, that causes some issues. Anybody that you watch on the YouTubes that record it probably played it on PC, and it is something else. Because the thing is, the ragdoll is really bad. Like, it really exaggerates the ragdoll, but also it messes up the cutscenes. It's really strange.
Okay, now, it's really the same difference. Do I go in with 4 sniper rifle bullets? What am I talking about? I absolutely go in with 3 grenade launcher shots. That's way better. I could miss with the sniper rifle. I can't, it's hard to miss with this boy. Yikes. Oh, there's still a ton left. Oh, never mind. In that case, I'm gonna go back for the sniper rifle first. Finish these guys off, then I'll come back for you, my dear.
Ooh.
So another reason that I kept pointing out the weather throughout this entire game, right? Other than just, hey, they're winding a way to manage atmosphere as the game goes on, show kind of passage of time, have this one-day adventure, but we're not gonna get until right now, the sun's starting to go down. So how do we, maintain kind of aesthetic variety, all that kind of stuff? There is another reason that I was drawing attention to the weather, is that now the fog has cleared, right?
Yeah.
And we can see the radio tower that we climbed out next to, which we could not see when we first got here because it was all misted over. That was where we just walked from a second ago, right?
Yeah,
when we climbed up out of there.
Man, the pistol shots I guess it's the same with all the guns, but I've noticed it with the pistol more than anything. It really throws me off because it's like, instead of the muzzle flash being one big explosion out of the gun like it is in most games, it looks like the effect from a shotgun shooting. You know what I mean? Where it's
Yeah, a
like
little
it's
bit.
actually just a bunch of straight lines going in different directions. It's not bad looking, but I just keep my video game gamer brain keeps telling me different
You gotta
things.
stop them, Sully. They don't know what they're dealing with. I don't know how, but that statue destroyed the whole colony, and it killed the Germans too.
Whoa, whoa, come again?
There's no time. We've got to get to the church.
I mean, I guess that is a little bit easier than going dude Nazi or dude
Nazi
zombies.
zombies. So as a point of reference, not that it's important because we already got them, but some people out there may recall there was a treasure back there, down here, and the silver toothpick over there.
Yeah.
And if you miss them the first time through, you can pick them up here as
That's
well.
cool. That's good. So I guess it lists it in both areas.
I think it only lists it in the first level where it's available, if I recall correctly. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it only lists it the one
Hang
time.
back, Sully.
Oh wow.
Oh, another sniper
They're
rifle.
pretty
That's
generous
fine.
with the snipers in this.
Well, this is we are getting pretty much to the ending gauntlet of this whole bad boy here now.
I mean, I imagine it really feels that way.
Yipes. Okay, this boy, where is he? Oh crap. Gosh. Okay, hold on a second. Here, excuse me. You can
You can
just
have this.
God, Nate, why do you do that? Why do you do that, you stupid son of a gun? Oh my God.
He knows his luck. He knows his luck is not about to run out. Oh, I love it.
Great.
I love it. I love
My
it.
favorite.
It's happened in every single game I've ever. Maybe that's another reason. Like I suck at snipers, but I also hate them because it's like every game I've ever played, it's like I go to snipe, do a precise angle, and then boom, there's a bullet hole in thin air.
Yeah. It's worse in third-person games just because the way that the camera
It
and
sure
guns
is.
actually like function. But the I will say one thing that I've seen some third-person shooter games do recently.
You survived.
Metal Gear Solid 5 did this pretty prominently. They'll have whatchamacallit,
The X's.
yeah, they'll have like a little indication of both where you're aiming and where the bullet's gonna hit if the two do not correspond.
Yes. No. I adore. I'm trying. I played something recently that did that, and it's bothering
Oh
me.
come
like,
on.
Yeah, that boy's.
This
He's
is the
got
wrong. This is the wrong weapon to have for the current situation.
He's got as much luck as you do at this point.
All right. Well,
One
the
more
problem
shot.
is
One shot, one kill, baby.
I'm gonna aim at the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I aimed at the wall. Okay. Well, now I've got some troubles. I've got new problems. I'll give you new problems. You think you got problems now? I'll give you new problems.
It's Star Wars. That's what I was thinking of. Battlefront. It's when you're playing that game in third person. Like it'll have an X
Yeah,
on
it
the
has-
screen
yeah,
as
yeah,
to where
yeah.
it would actually hit.
If you're too close to a corner or whatever. Exactly. Is that gonna land? That's
not even
that's
a
not gonna hit him.
cover-based game.
Oh well. Sorry?
I said that's not even a cover-based game.
Nope. But it is third person.
If it wasn't EA, I'd say good job. Joey, that's not fair though. Yeah, you're right.
Precise. Yeah, exactly. You know what else isn't fair? Being able to pay a bunch of money to just have a better grenade than everybody else.
But they took that away. Blow it out your ass. I don't care. They never would have if international laws weren't changed.
God, I am really ammo is getting pretty sparse here, boys.
All right. Uh-oh. Punch him.
That's what I'm gonna do. Not yipes. Give me that 2 times ammo.
All right.
All right, great. 30
Perfect.
shots. Awesome. Badass, dude.
That is no Call of Duty Online sniper right there.
Come on, Sully. There should be a hidden passage right under the altar.
That's not the sniper from that one mission in World at War.
So obviously throughout the game there have been little hints of the Zambambos along the way. For example, you were commenting on all these things that were hung up, and I played it off before. These are clearly made by the locals.
Yes.
Don't know why they all bothered to light the candles though. That one is just that one's got no explanation. Another thing, then obviously there's the weirdo footprint in the ground that we next to the guy in the trap that we blamed on the Coati Mundi, which we mispronounced the first time around.
Coati Mundi.
Looked it up. I said it was the Coati Mundi, but it was not. It was the Descendants. And also, I don't know about this. I played this game several times through, right? And I
Yes.
did not see this until I played the game on very easy to test a couple of things. But it happened this time. inside the treasure vault, when I said there were weird bits where the up on the D-pad happened, and I like stopped doing it quickly, or I said I don't know what that was about. There are moments in there where you see something leap in the distance between pillars, and Nate goes, "What was that?" I only ever saw that previously when I was playing on Very Easy, and I assumed that was just a cameo thing for Very Easy. For whatever reason it happened when we were playing it this time. I've never seen it happen on normal.
Weird.
Or I don't know, maybe I just didn't stand in exactly the right spot when I was playing the level on normal previously. I have no idea. Anyway. I was thinking about that because I was thinking about the weirdo altars that have clearly been made recently because they have modern stuff sitting around them. Yes. And then that made me think about other signs of the creatures that might have appeared previously. There's also, when we initially found the
Remind me how we know about that?
We don't.
Okay. Anyway.
The map that we found in the U-boat base indicated something was underground underneath the monastery. It was only on screen for like 3 seconds, so maybe there was something there that indicated secret passage under church, but I don't know because it was like they barely let us look at it. Huh?
I said we were in here earlier, but I guess
we found that in the U-boat base. We didn't.
Oh yeah.
We only just found that a few minutes ago. No, we had to do
a
whole
the bells.
puzzle-solving rigmarole to get to a secret room that took us to the treasure vault. But that's the thing, is that whatever is underneath this is not where it was stored originally.
Yes.
That map that we found was made by the Germans of the area, and it pointed to some kind of massive underground chamber underneath the monastery. But yeah, the earliest hint to Monster Mash was when we initially found where the statue was back in the day. There were carvings along it, and there were people like bowing down towards where the statue would have been, and Sully said something like, "Look, these people, they're worshiping the damn thing, or at least I think they're people." They were kind of slightly malformed humanoid figures.
You want to tell me what the hell's going on?
Drake didn't want to get the treasure off the island, Sully. He was trying to stop it from leaving.
What?
It's cursed or something.
Oh, Nate, for God's sake.
Look, I know it sounds crazy. You just gotta trust me.
Now, I gotta be careful because there are treasures here and I don't want to miss them.
That's fair.
Because, where are they? Damn it, I thought they were in this room. Are they in this other room? I don't want to miss them. I want to walk forward and get into cutscene and miss We're at the end here. I can't screw it up now. We're not leaving with El Dorado, but I'm not gonna miss anything else.
Oh man, at the end of this, it's gonna be like Luigi's Mansion. Depending on how many treasures you get, it shows the mansion that you buy.
Yeah, precisely. That's exactly what it's gonna be. How much of the fortune did Drake get? Damn it, where are they? I think there's one behind one of these.
Yep.
Boom. Okay, alright, good. That was okay. Alright.
That is cool looking.
Yeah. It's getting pretty spooky now because we're getting close to the spooks. Master Fortune Hunter. So that's technically we got 60. So that's technically that counts as
because
getting
the other one,
all the treasures quotation marks.
The egg.
Yeah, because we got the precursor orb.
But it's not true completionist.
No, not quite. I believe the last one is behind. Yep, this pillar.
All right.
Boom.
You did it.
Not particularly special, but that's okay. Reward unlocked.
Okay.
See bonus menu. We got everything.
So we're at the true end game.
All right, boys, this is it. This island and its treasures have been thoroughly charted.
Shouldn't you hide?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who cares?
You two should realize by now that I plan for every contingency. Now drop your weapons. Down there.
He's just like Xehanort. He planned for everything.
Oh, man.
Please. Or I will kill her. Good. Now, if you'll just hang tight, we'll be with you in a moment. It's magnificent. The craftsmanship. I've never seen anything like it before.
That is only a shell. The real treasure of El Dorado lies inside. Open it!
My God.
Dios, Jefe. So little imagination. Bajen la red! Bajen la red!
Navarro, that thing wiped out an entire colony. You don't know what you're doing.
Wrong. I'm the only person on this island who knows what the hell he's doing.
That was a fantastic read. I haven't been able to make fun of the performances too much, and that don't know what the hell he's doing was a little weird.
All of you, scrambling around for your petty treasures. Do you have any idea what this is worth? To the right buyer? Levántalo!
Oh no, what the hell is that?
God!
Jesus, what are those things?
It's the Spaniards, Sully. They never left.
And then Sully's like, I now have full context for everything from that one line.
I'll cover you from here.
Now, I don't want to completely screw up the pacing of this exciting ending, but I did make a point of I was going to try and show off some of the unique deaths along the way. And it's something that you might just do on accident playing the game. You're supposed to go down the stairwell, but if you try to take a shortcut and jump down here, you go into this water,
Well,
not supposed to go that way. You gotta go, you gotta bung a left. But yeah, you can even see there's a Jeep strung up in here. This is clearly their little stronghold, the Descendants. They all like hanging out in here. But yeah, even Amy Hennig, the writer-director of the game, mocked this ending a little bit in the ending of the Retro Replays interview that she was doing with Nolan North and Troy Baker. But she was like, yeah, you know, sometimes the script, you don't got much time. Spaniards, Sully, they never left. Sometimes you just gotta keep the pace moving. This is such a fun game.
yeah. Once again, I could have never guessed.
No, it's just, I mean, I was talking over the one guy who gets to live. Drake didn't get to shoot him, but I just mean like, you know, all of this stuff is happening. Helicopter now, right? Like the clashing of aesthetics. We're living so intensely in this world, right?
Yeah,
this helicopter comes in, wraps up El Dorado. We jump and dangle off of it like a full 10 years before Tom Cruise did
You
the
really
same
want
thing
to be
in Mission
shooting El
Impossible
Dorado, my
Fallout.
man?
Boom!
Oh! Uh-oh. How convenient.
Good job, Elena. It's so fun. I love the contrast of this last level. Because like I was just saying, you're so locked into this one aesthetic, and the only brief kind of sojourn you take out of it is into the U-boat base.
Yeah,
and then you literally crash land back into the modern world.
Now we're at what is obviously the final boss arena.
Mátenlo! Kill him!
That was a little awkward looking.
Yeah, just a touch. So this last kind of sequence here is a wee bit awkward. You don't have any grenades, so you just kind of have to work with the weapons that they give you. So Navarro will have a series of goons, and he has a shotgun just like the one that we have, with a laser sight attached to it, okay?
Yeah.
And basically, what he does is, this fight's a little bit weird until you understand exactly how it works. It has a very, very consistent rule set.
Okay.
Which is basically that Navarro will always blind fire 3 times at you, and those shots will just miss. But once he stands up and aims at you with the shotgun, it is an instant headshot that will kill you every time.
Okay.
So now, really fast before I move forward, these boxes are all breakable, right? This is all destructible cover. I'm behind hard cover over here.
Yes.
So the 2 ways to get Navarro to flee during each kind of phase of this fight is either to A, kill all of the other goons, or B, break the cover that he's behind.
Okay.
So I could have hypothetically ignored all those other guys and just kept firing into his cover and broken it and made him run away.
Neat.
There's a little bit going on to this, but frankly, the way that this works is you spend so much time hiding out behind this destructible cover that it will, like, see, they're already starting to tear it apart here, right?
Yeah.
And you have relatively limited ammunition, and if you're exposed at all, like if my head is poked around the corner a little bit, Navarro will be able to shoot it.
Yeah.
So it is, I find, with this sequence, I'm gonna try and kind of play it here, but I actually find it's a little bit better to slip back over to that section. Yipes! See, And then Drake just kind of stands up like a dumbass when it gets broken. But I mean, to be fair, I guess, what else would he do if you're not controlling him?
Yep.
Yikes.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, not great. That wasn't great. And sometimes you'll think you're still safe behind cover, but it'll turn out that it's just broken enough for him to shoot your head through it. So
Okay.
it's not super
It's
fantastic.
Not consistent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's consistent, but like you'll just think that you're safe, but the game will say no, there actually was a big enough hole there for him to shoot you.
Okay.
But yeah, I find that it's actually a little bit easier to, instead of relying on this destructible cover, just take your M4, which is the better range, and just kind of inch your way around here and kill all the other goons until he decides to run away.
Oh, God.
But that should have killed me, but I guess enough of the pellets, because there was enough of a spread that I guess they hit that wall and that protected me, which is pretty wild. Yipes! Now I need to pick up another gun.
All right.
You're not going to pull off many brutal combos in this level.
No.
Now this is the one risk here, is that now he's still doing his like sequence. So
There you go. You can see him.
there we go. All right, go away. Now he's gonna leave. Okay, nice. Now I'm gonna go ahead
he's
and
invulnerable.
I'm gonna go ahead and collect what I need. Yeah, you can't do much to him when he's running away. He does not care. Just doesn't care. Anyway, now we got a decent amount of ammunition. It's gonna be more than we'll need probably. And guess what, Joey? It's time for the game's last QTE in a cutscene.
Oh, baby. And you can get shot right out of it.
Yep. Now he is, I believe, yeah, he's not behind destructible cover anymore. That's hard cover, so we just have to kill the other goons before he runs away this time. Though we are still behind destructible, so we still have to be cautious. Duck. Come on.
Yeah, I can definitely see myself, like, just getting popped and not understanding.
Yeah, no, it has consistent rules, but you gotta kind of learn them. There we go. That was the last guy. Now he's running away. All right, Navarro. Enough of this tomfoolery, man.
Nowhere to hide now.
I'm not gonna let you unleash the T-virus on everyone.
Really. Nate, you have the chimp brain. Don't get distracted. He's still here somewhere.
Oh, no.
My gun flew over the edge. Now, very quickly hit cover or he just kills you here. Now, whenever he does his fighting game taunt, take advantage.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, but since the transitions around corners in this game aren't as smooth as they are in the later games, it's not great. And then one final Bruto combo to take the game out. Well, actually, not quite final, but we do that part there. This is just cutscene. I can't do anything yet.
This is where you would say "and time."
Yeah, almost. Time,
Oh, no.
time is coming up. You get ready on time. Get ready on time. And time.
Okay.
In fact, the game times it for you right
Okay.
there. You chart usually when that ching happens. That was it saying chart. Yeah, there we go. Charted easy. Charted normal.
Elena! Oh, God. Elena,
Started normal. Okay.
can you stand? Okay, come on.
Okay.
You all right?
Oh, Nate!
Adios, asshole.
Two birds with one stone. I guess technically one bird with a really big stone. Well, no, two birds because the guy and the helicopter, really big stone. Whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm mixing my metaphors. Who cares?
Quite a day.
Yeah, save the world, triumph over evil. Pretty typical.
Really?
It's a shame we're leaving empty-handed, though.
Oh, well, you know, I did manage to save one small thing. Here, I thought you might miss this.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You two got a funny idea of romantic.
Sully! Wow, you look like hell.
You should see the other guys. Got us a boat.
We already have a boat.
Yeah, big boat.
I like this one better.
Sully, you beautiful son of a bitch!
Borrowed it off a couple of pirates who were too dead to care.
I love how Nate and Elena are all ready for the real treasure was the friends we made along the way, and Sully comes like, I don't know, kid, that sounds pretty fruity to me.
Sorry you didn't get your story.
Well, that's all right. There'll be other stories. You still owe me one.
I'm good for it.
There you go, folks. Uncharted, Drake's Fortune.
It's gonna be a real shame for any people that just stumble across that island.
Yeah, what is this? What's going on here?
What the hell
This
is all
doesn't
this?
make any sense at all. There's anachronisms from like 3 different time periods here, and zombies.
Oh God, what's that?
Yeah, there you go. That was the original Uncharted Drake's Fortune. It's not exactly like I can see why I didn't light the world on fire at the time, but I think it's a really cute, fun video game.
That was a fun time. I loved that.
Ice Team. What did immigration control have to do with this?
Uh-oh.
People accuse this game of being racist. There's the evidence, I guess.
Wait, what?
Because most of the pirates are not explicitly Caucasian. You kill a lot of black and or Asian people in this game as a white dude. A lot of people accuse the first Uncharted of being secretly racist.
Okay, but I mean, it is not America.
To quote the guys from Chip Cheesem LPs, when they did the playthrough of this one, I said, I think it's actually the global economy that's racist by forcing people into a life of piracy from certain parts of the world. Oh, Yuri Lowenthal was in this game as a mercenary.
Should not even
And
be
Descendants,
surprised.
Steve Blum was one of the voices for Descendants.
Really?
Yeah, it just said.
Oh
There were 2
God.
voices for Descendants. Steve Blum was in there going,
Of course he was.
why not? Listen, Robert Atkin Downs is Navarro, Nathan Drake is Nolan North, slip Steve Blum in there.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Gotta get as many in there as we can, man.
He recorded 3 voice lines and got paid as much as everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody just wanted to meet Steve Blum. Anyway.
He seems like a cool enough guy. I saw him when I was at that one con, and it was a very fun time.
But yeah, I mean, obviously it happens pretty fast once the ending comes together. I feel like another sign of kind of aspects of this game, probably things weren't quite fully realized the way that they wanted. Like, the game ends pretty quick once it gets there.
Yeah.
But that ending really, like, I was joking about I think I showed you that chart that somebody made of the 3 types of Lupin the Third storylines, and it's like, there's the really dark ones and the really kid-friendly ones, and it's like, and it's about, like, the different morals that are being espoused and the characterization, and in the middle is, like, the kid-friendly one is the real treasure was the friends we made along the way, and the middle one is the real treasure is the friends we made along the way, but also all the shit we stole.
No, I would have loved if, like, the treasure on the boat is dependent on how many treasures you got.
Yeah, there was a bigger pile. There's in Celeste, there's something kind of like that. Depending on how many of the optional strawberries you got along the way, it changes a little aspect of the ending of literally how many, like the quantity of strawberries that you have comes into play because somebody bakes a pie. Somebody makes a strawberry pie, and it's either a really lousy, crappy pie, or this and it gets increasingly better depending on how many strawberries you got along the way.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, so something that I don't want to talk about, or I don't know how much to talk about because there's a lot of stuff to talk about with this game, but in terms of things that, feel like things that are kind of missing or spots that aren't, that don't feel completely done. Obviously, we talked about in the last go-around that the second jet ski level almost didn't make it into the game.
Yeah, and it was just that one hero's, like, attempt.
And we saw in the concept art there was clearly meant to be some kind of spelunking mission in the sunken city.
Yes.
There's probably gonna be more archaeological whatevers to solve because there obviously that was because, as we found in that letter that Drake wrote, clearly he blew the customs house to let the water rush in, flood the whole place. They scuttled the fleet and then scuttled any of the ships that were in harbor. Make sure nobody could get her in or out, right? And then presumably, it's not clear, but it seems like the Nazis went in, found El Dorado, took it out, went, and then they pushed it down the hole that it was in. Because if you didn't notice, when we came out of it on that helicopter, it was the pit outside of the treasure vault. Where I attempted to stealth and it didn't go so well.
Oh, okay.
After we came out of the church, there was a big pit in the middle of that level. I didn't
yeah.
really stop to point it out because I didn't think about it. But anyway, another aspect of this that I didn't know about until maybe it wasn't even ever discussed before. Amy Hennig talks about it in the Retro Replay playthrough. That I think is kind of interesting. So in terms of talking about hypothetical racism in this, at the ending of this game, the white villain. The white British villain is killed by the sneaky ethnic man who was the true villain all along. So something interesting about that Hennig talked about is that at some point during the writing process, they were going to go into more detail about what was actually going on with El Dorado. So what we see here is obviously it's a sarcophagus. It has some kind of body in it that is infected or rotting in some way that it causes this infection, right? So the plan, according to her, she may have made this up later, who knows, but according to her, what they were going to try and communicate was that it was intended to be a reverse smallpox blanket. Basically, it was this huge gilded, booby trap for the Spaniards, and the idea was that the Peruvians who made it wanted them to take it back to wherever the hell these white people came from, and to start this infection and get rid of all of them, but it only got as far as that island.
Okay.
And then this would have been, Navarro would have heard about this because of it was this, this thing that was passed down forever and ever and ever, was that El Dorado was actually like this weapon, essentially, that they were attempting to use, that they left there as this bait for the Spanish. Which is, I don't want to sound like I'm saying that the game is retroactively woke because a thing that wasn't in the game was the intent. Because as it reads right now, what actually happened was the sneaky brown man knew about the secret magic because he's brown. But it's an interesting idea, at least. I like that subtext, and I wish it had been in there. That would have been I think that would have been a neat idea to explore. That this was a reverse terrorism to get these conquistadors the hell out of here, to lay this honeyed trap for them. That I think is kind of cool. But anyway, so we have now at this point unlocked all of our art galleries, so we don't have to live in fear of spoilers anymore.
Yeah, and now I was like, you were talking about spoilers before. I was like, I mean, it's just locations.
Well, let's pop open gallery number 6 and see how fast the Zambambos show up.
And it's like, it's like there's more Nazi stuff. And it's like, whoa.
Where's here we go. In the ending of this gallery. And this is also, they're carrying Lugers as trophies in these that they've taken, that they took off of Nazis or whatever.
And that definitely, going back to that, those definitely, they don't look like zombies. They look like, mutants, or even just like inbred tribes people, right? Looks like the hills have eyes, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, that's kind of what they're going for. Is it's not, it's zombies in terms of genre. And again, I was joking. Game came out in 2007. Gotta have zombies in it.
Yes.
Because that was the time period, 2007 to 2009, 2010.
That is a super interesting concept, though, because it's like they are not actually zombies. It's just they are just deranged, like people that go back to, I guess, like basis instincts. Because like you said, it showed that like. That whole area was decorated by these creatures, and they were still like
collecting trophies of some kind.
They were collecting trophies. They had their own little society. There was, it wasn't infecting more people; it was interbreeding.
And hypothetically, they're intelligent enough to build those traps.
Yes,
we don't really ever see that, but clearly, there's something. Again, This game is not exactly an airtight masterpiece in terms of its plotting. But there is that. I love the lighting in this, man. These green lights hitting these vines. This looks fantastic. This looks like, other than the electricity, obviously, this looks like a Legend of Zelda game or something. That looks fantastic.
It's really, and it looks very ominous too. It looks very ghosty, very eerie. Huh. I guess, this would have been that area. Like we were talking about earlier, where you're like, you can just imagine.
Yeah, the if it was just so much bigger concept art, which is what we're saying. To be fair, once we got past the initial puzzle area, which was locked down behind that gate, and we got into the larger one, we were running and gunning, and it did look like this. Exactly. It looked almost like an Escher painting.
Say, that room does,
Yeah, so if you open up this one, you start flipping through it, you find Francis Drake's body and Zambambos. So it's You know, you gotta be. That's why it's important not to open one prematurely. Of course, also, you know, it'd be nice to not see levels ahead of time, so you can, you know, see stuff as they happen. But yeah, that's a big one that you wanna kind of dodge there. Pretty significant. But yeah, for whatever reason, like, cause I guess I don't know. I guess it's probably because not as many people played this one. But oh yeah, dude, there's freaking zombies show up in Uncharted. It's just not common knowledge, which is great. I figured you wouldn't know anyway, but throughout the course of the first session, I was like, oh, there's no way he knows. Which is
how could I have predicted?
Yeah, no, I mean, people don't know about this. It's not common knowledge.
Because, like I said, I went into this thinking this is Indiana Jones the game, and yeah, there is some supernatural stuff in all the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, but you don't make that leap. You think, oh, you see modern day and normal. You think generic video game shooter version of. You don't think it's gonna go here. Yeah. So now we got the actual. We got the German facility. Got big Final Fantasy VII pipes.
Oh, yeah.
This was also the U-boat pen. It was a multiplayer map in Uncharted 2. It was pretty cool. It was one of the more complicated ones because it was multiple stories. It had the U-boat in the middle, and then the electricity was turned on, and there were like cranes going around at the top of the map,
That's cool.
And there was an upper dangling like control platform, and so there was varying like. These big blocks are like basically going around in a square formation around that center thing. So the cover and like ability to jump onto that center platform is changing. There's some interesting stuff in some of the later.
Well, there it is.
Yeah. So presumably, this is obviously it's pristine here. So maybe this is where they did some experiments on it in this laboratory here. Maybe they tried to examine it. Didn't go so well.
Yeah, but I mean, they did do that because there was the video where they had the zombified man chained
up. Yeah, clearly somebody got, or maybe they sacrificed somebody to it as for the sake of science, for the sake of dark science. Yeah, you can see the parasites flowing out of it there, glowing sinister green light. But yeah, so that hole in the ground there was a big pit that we walked by earlier in the level. But again, the mist kind of covers all that stuff up. You couldn't look down into it when we walked by it previously. A couple different designs for the sarcophagus along the way. Evil mummy. Evil mummy concepts. Ah! He's very surprised. He wasn't ready to die. It came out of absolutely nowhere.
All that fart gas.
You were talking about the fart gas making people hallucinate. It was just literally turning people into Zambambos.
Yeah. Yeah, I played another game not too long ago that had like evil fart gas that made people see things. I won't spoil what game that was, but that's why I was thinking that. Of course, that's not the most original idea in the universe.
Customs house ideations. We got like a crashed ship there. Again, clearly a bunch of stuff that they just did not get to put in here. So this is just kind of assorted detail work from throughout kind of the entire game. These two you don't unlock until you've beaten the whole thing. We can see again a bunch of spiders and the spiders. Temple pillar.
I mean, if they were gonna have mutants and bambos, why not?
Probably they didn't get around again. Like we're talking, this clearly stuff they just didn't get in here that they wanted to do. Maybe there were gonna be the spiders. But
really,
and they couldn't
I guess
program it.
they're not being spiders. Really does build up to we're just gonna fight humans.
So they just come out of nowhere.
Oh no.
So these are so these shots that you're gonna see on the top for the next couple here are all from the original E3 2005, 2006, whatever. I think 2005, the conference where the PS5 was unveiled. I believe it was 2005 conference. It might have been 2006. I don't recall. Whatever. Same conference. I made jokes about this was the same conference where FF13 got revealed and a bunch of other stuff, obviously.
Right.
So these are all screenshots from that trailer, and then the bottom one is clearly artists went in and did touch up on the lighting and some of the effects and stuff. But the top one is just direct feed screenshots from that original trailer. You can see obviously here denser foliage, more intense lighting, that type of stuff. Like it says paint over. It's literally somebody going in and doing paint up detail on it. I don't know if it was for promotion or for like direction of what the levels were going to look like. I don't know what it was for.
I was trying to think, maybe it could have just been internal, like, hey, this is what we're doing, like, this is what, I mean, it looks better, so maybe it's for the higher-ups.
Who knows? Maybe there's a concept artist during the programming phase who was just bored.
Maybe.
Just bored out of his damn mind. Detail on the traps and how they work here.
Yep.
And also, a trap that did not make it into the game with a just a
Oh God! If it wasn't bad enough that there were spikes, his flesh-eating
flesh-eating beetles, as if they matter. I guess whatever. You're already dead by that point. They eat your flesh afterwards. Covered with dirt and leaves. Trap underlying structure. Trap triggered. Oops. Yeah, that was all.
I guess
the
that
ones
would have
in
been a QTE one. Like you step on it, and,
or you just gotta spot it,
or
and
you just die.
Yeah, maybe you just die. These are promotional stills, obviously. Jungle action.
Close.
Yeah. Jungle close. Action cover jungle. So the European cover is that pose of Drake vaulting over something, but without the guys in the background. It's just general jungle.
Okay.
The North American and Japanese covers are him with his back to the camera and the moss, the first shotgun kind of over his shoulder.
Yep.
Very standard video game action man cover, dude with gun. But he's in a jungle, so I guess it's slightly different and in a t-shirt.
Those guys are not a fan of those explosions, but the artist sure is, though. That's not very flattering.
Too bad for Eddie. We could have been friends. I could have saved him.
Well, he tried.
I made the joke about, I said the friends to lovers. Every single time that Donald Trump or Joe Biden has said anything positive about the other person in the last approximate month or so as of time of recording, the Cosmonaut Marcus has retweeted and it's been, I'm telling you guys, enemies to lovers, not friends to lovers. I'm telling you guys, enemies to lovers. Enemies to zombies, though, was the real twist.
Yeah.
Normal people to zombies. Yeah, if we flip through these, a couple of these, yeah, so you can see obviously a lot of darker skinned characters here. Characters who are perhaps, is that guy Asian? Is he white?
No,
I don't know.
Go back because it's the same face as the guy on the left. Mm-hmm.
It's true.
They stole some pigment.
And that guy in the middle looks he looks white to me. I don't know. Who knows?
He looks like Vin Diesel almost.
Grenade launcher guy looks white. That's pretty racist. The grenade the white guy gets the best gun and gets to hang back where he's least likely to get killed. Anglo pirate, indicating white. I'm sorry. I brought it up, so it was just joking around. And then, so these are internal production photos, mostly from in the studio, a couple of other things here. This guy's got his hair photoshopped to look like Drake. Yeah, this is coming off the success of Jak 3. There it is.
Hell yeah,
Everybody
baby.
kept joking around about when we're gonna get, because everybody figured that, because they did 3 games in the kart, right? Kart racing for each franchise.
Yeah.
So everybody kept saying after Uncharted 3 happened, we're gonna get Uncharted Kart. Though Uncharted 4 did have a lot of prominent vehicle sections in cars. It did
Why
not
did they
have
include this
not
photo?
have kart. Hey man, don't worry about it. listen, man. Sometimes we didn't have many options, okay? Did not have a lot of options.
You could have just had 62 photos instead of 63.
Well, we had to have one more than the total treasures in the game. We decided that we had to. At least, 2 more. So yeah, you can't really make it out there. That poster says, "One ordinary man, one extraordinary adventure." That was the early tagline.
Ugh.
It really is. This is something I talked about with Joshua when we beat it before, and I mentioned it briefly earlier when we were playing the game, obviously. But like, it's just interesting that you look. There's a normal video game protagonist,
Yes.
2 of them, Jak and Daxter, right?
Uh-huh.
And two guy in t-shirts. And even here, the piece off to the left there was like an early promotional thing for Uncharted 1, and it's a bunch of skeletons strapped up against something in skulls and stuff, right?
Yeah. Really weird promotion for this game.
They didn't know what to. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of the marketing was on Naughty Dog's behalf, but it's like there was literally like Sony didn't know what to do about this thing because it's like, what? He's just a dude with a gun and a t-shirt. Because what? Like they're over there. God, not Santa Monica. Who makes God of War? Whatever. Like at this time, I think it is Santa Monica. At this point in time, like I think God of War 2 had just come out because it was a really, really late PS2 game. It was like, I think it was after the PlayStation 3 launched, right? So it's like normal Sony mascot is Kratos, Lightning, and Noctis. Car from Ridge Racer. We're gonna get to it in a second here. I mentioned it in the first recording session, but there's a thing in here of like Parappa the Rappa and Crash Bandicoot, and it's like those are normal video game characters.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Look at that. That looks like it's gonna turn into something from Attack on Titan.
Oh god, it does. That'd be really weird to have in your office. You're just chilling.
Walk in every day and just well, I guess you'd have to make your peace with it, you know? It can't be spooky. You gotta look at those smiling skeletons and be like, yes, my friend Skeltazor. He works next to me.
It's that thing from Minecraft, the Wither.
Minecraft didn't exist yet, Joey.
That's what you think.
Actually, when was the first version of Minecraft?
God, keep scrolling.
I want to say like that was 2007, 2008. So the very first Notch-only version of Minecraft may have been out. Notch. What a supreme asshole. Woof. Most of these photos aren't labeled, but this one's labeled woof. Most of them don't have titles.
Minecraft initial.
Now what the hell kind of skull is that? Is that a Kawadamundi skull? What's going on there?
I don't know. Maybe.
And there's some kind of there's that stonework there of those arches with something growing over them. A little bit of Uncharted themed paraphernalia around the Naughty Dog office.
2009 it says.
2009 was first version, or was that when one? I don't know when, because it made distinguish
initially known as Minecraft Classic. What is now known as Minecraft Classic.
2009, because I could not remember when 1.0.
Game was fully released in 2011.
I could not remember when 1.0 launched. Check it out. They have PlayStation 3 demo kiosks in the background there. Promotional kiosks. They're probably at E3 or GameStops or whatever. I think I see is that a picture of Heavenly Sword on that little banner to the side there?
Maybe.
I can't even tell. It's too far away and too next gen brown. I can't tell.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Hey, listen, they're all stretching. Okay, you gotta move around, stay limber. Hey, look, they're competing against the God of War guys. They're fighting Sony Santa Monica. That guy was the model for Kratos. You can tell from his arms.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great shot.
Dude, my favorite thing ever is seeing, the God of War Gears of War characters, and it's been like, man, who designed him? Who designed these people? And you see the actual, character designer, and it's this dude that is huge, and he is just ripped. And it's like, he is built like every character in there, and it's like, oh, that's why.
Oh, look, that is an Attack on Titan character on the right there.
It sure is. I love that they had to censor it.
It might not have even been anything there. I don't know if they would have bothered to draw that in. They probably just did that for funsies.
I know.
I'm not gonna waste my time trying to read all this before, but previously, I actually went into this and tried to read every little bit of it. But it's basically they're mapping out
your descendants early on in land. Descendants responsible for why you can't escape.
Yeah, they're kind of mapping out the flow of the U-boat level. There's a little bit more going on here. You see door puzzles, air locks, air ducts, air fans. The cool of this is this may not even be mapping out the levels. It might just be ideas that they had, right?
They are.
Arbitrarily killed the player a couple of times at the start of the level. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, this sort of thing. I like this process now. I like going through these and going oh.
Some of I don't remember what kind of bonuses are in the other games, but I don't think there are any behind the scenes photos in the other games. There might be some concept art I think there's concept art in 2 and 3, but there's nothing like this on the other ones. I don't recall.
That's
anyway.
A shame.
Yeah. Like this. You got your wall right there so you can go practice your anime. You need to get some new poses for your hiding behind your walls. You just run up to your fake brick wall. Fake brick column.
Even the lighting in the next room looked different.
That's
you
pretty
have white
wild.
on the left and yellow on the right.
It's like there's some kind of spotlight placed really awkwardly directly above the pillars. Yeah, you can read it better there. One ordinary man, one extraordinary adventure.
Awful. Just that is somebody give us one, and that was the first thing somebody came up with in less than a minute.
And there it is in the back there. You can see a poster, PlayStation with Japanese characters on the left, Parappa the Rappa sitting across from Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, I see it.
2 normal video game protagonists. That's the baseline. And then here we go. This is their first not so great motion capture studio. It was a pretty big deal. I remember that they got Sony helped them buy a really nice sound stage and motion capture studio that they've used for. And I'm pretty sure they've had the same stage since Uncharted 2, for both of the Last of Us games, all the way through the Uncharted series, etc. I'm pretty sure they've been using the same stage.
Man,
I don't know if they bought it or they rented it or what.
Seeing how many motion balls or whatever they are on the suit in the early days compared to what you see now.
Yeah.
Where it's there's probably 20 on the suit.
Yeah, not tracking nearly as many points of articulation there, obviously. Just not quite as sophisticated yet. There's the stage for the plane. It looks like the plane from the Ed Wood movie.
Oh, that's great.
I guess not from the Ed Wood movie. The plane from the movie Ed Wood made, then represented in the movie about Ed Wood. But whatever. Excuse me, where's the set, Director? Where's the set? Well, you're standing in it, my good sir. Fantastic, good stuff. So that's what he's holding on to mimic holding the for the jet ski.
Incredible.
It's just a chair tipped over. Good stuff.
All these folks.
So that's most of the cast. That's Eddie over on the left, and then Nolan and the guy next to him. I'm forgetting his name. I think it's Richard something, McGonagall, something like that.
Richard.
I don't know. Anyway, that's the guy who plays Sully, and I'm blanking on his name because I didn't do my research beforehand. These aren't bloopers. These are just fisheye lenses. There's a blooper.
That's a blooper.
That's a blooper.
I
all right.
like that one. Is that Nathan?
That's Nathan.
That's Nathan.
You can see from the ring.
I want that character. Go back. That's a video game protagonist.
Precise. That's what I'm saying. Oh, we can market. Sony looks at this and goes, "Why didn't you make him look like that? We know how to sell that. We can do something with this guy."
Uh-oh.
That's not even a blooper. That's just a death from the Tomb Raider reboot.
Oh yeah.
Except when Lara Croft does it, it goes straight through her neck, and she winces and cries for a second before she dies. So you really want to protect her. Woo, okay, I gotta keep those eyes open.
Manlet. Ooh.
That's also pretty good.
Look at her fingers!
Yeah, I know, right? Your eyes gravitate to the eyes, but you can't miss the fingers.
That's what happens if you pull up, like if at the very beginning the coffin you pulled up was El Dorado.
Yeah.
That's just an SFM animation right
Precise.
there.
No, yeah, that's or Gmod, which are
Gmod, yeah.
Gmod, but yeah, Gmod really loves those really really intense poses. SFM guys don't go for it as much usually because they consider. I guess they take themselves more seriously than Gmod guys, which they shouldn't. And I'm being sarcastic. Plenty of SFM animations go that far, but it's like those don't look good when you animate to them. They look good when you hard cut to them, which is why you see them in Gmod so much. That's where they're the funniest.
Whoa.
That's a video game protagonist.
That looks like Splunky guy.
It does look like Splunky guy. That's the protagonist of Splunky 3. He's gonna get enough money to make it in 3D. No. It's gonna look exactly like that.
Oh, please don't. Ooh.
I like that one because it looks like how the hell did that happen? Then you figure out, oh, it's the front of her face is moved up, but her eyes and mouth stayed where they're supposed to be.
That's a horror movie right there. All right, cool stuff.
Now, before we actually round it out here, we've unlocked a bunch of other garbage that we can take a look at, right? So we might as well. We're not gonna, some of these we're gonna have to beat. These we haven't gotten to because I'm beating the game on hard or harder.
Okay.
But we can slap the game on real fast and check out a level or something. Why not? Right, with some of the bonuses that have been added in.
Why not?
Here.
Can you just turn them all on in game?
Yeah. Where do I want to go? I don't know. Let's just go back to kind of the beginning of the game. Let's just go back here. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll have to run for a half a second, but we can get there. This will also give us a few minutes before actual combat, so we can actually kind of figure out what we're doing a little bit. I don't trust. I've discovered that if you overwrite files in this game, sometimes you haven't beaten the game anymore. It's really weird. Like it doesn't remember what you've done. Sometimes if you create a file on an earlier level, it's a little bit bizarre. But anyway,
I don't like it.
Great start.
So
I save often with different save files anyway, just because I'm paranoid.
Oh, do I have to beat this on? I have to beat it on crushing or higher? Darn. We might have to switch over to my save file to look at Cartoon Drake in a second here.
Okay.
But anyway, I'll go ahead and tell you. Basically, what it does is it proportions him. I'll put the footage on screen for the audience, but we won't film it tonight. It proportions his body like Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
his legs become super skinny, and his shoulders become extremely broad and thick, and his chest is huge.
Oh, man.
He becomes built exactly like Crash Bandicoot. But the opposite of that is Donut Drake.
All right.
Which is in, I don't know if it's in 3, but I know that this holds over to 2 as well. This is a consistent thing for at least a little while.
Representation.
Yeah, if you there's in the collection, the collection has a new set of trophies for each of the games. There's only like 5, and they're the same across all of them. But one of them is complete a speed run of the game playing as Donut Drake the entire time.
No, those are just actual.
Yeah, so the pirate and mercenary just gives you one of the enemy models. I don't think if you pick it over and over again you get different ones. I think it's just this one for the pirates and just this one for the mercenaries. The guy with the headphones who usually has the deagle or the sniper rifle on him.
Okay. But I mean, hey, why not? That sort of thing's fun.
Yeah, yeah. We can also slap in Wetsuit Drake from back on the boat at the very beginning of the game. This and Wetsuit Elena were also skins. Pretty much all these skins you could get in multiplayer in the later games as well. One thing that I'll say, if anybody out there is concerned about spoilers for the later games or whatever, or you think you might have been spoiled on something because you've seen Cast, you're probably wrong, because almost everybody who's in this game, including people who die in this game, is in the later games. The guy who plays Eddie Raja is in every single game because he's a multiplayer character in every single game.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's actually you can't really get spoilers from Cast for the later Uncharted games because once a character appears once, they're pretty much in every single one of them.
Okay.
Anyway, we will switch to let's do Eddie. Why not? I want to play as Eddie. That's fine. And I don't think we'll actually have it. One of the weapons you can get, you gotta beat it on Brutal. Eddie's golden gun, because he had a deagle that was, he had a Desert Eagle that was solid gold. So you can get that, but we gotta beat the game on freaking Brutal to get these? Gosh, I can't believe they locked those behind Brutal. That's wild. Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, hard or higher. Okay, some of these are hard. I was like, I knew that I got the grenade launcher. Okay, just the golden weapons are locked behind Brutal. That's fine. That's acceptable.
Is this you press the button and you get the gun?
Yes, I will. In fact, I'll just give myself one right now. Why not, right? And I'll give myself that, and I'll give myself this. Boom.
Okay.
Revolver, assault rifle. Do I have it? I don't think I can actually give myself infinite ammo, though. I don't think I've unlocked that.
But
No, I don't have infinite ammo.
But you could just keep going in and
It's true, but time-consuming.
Yes.
You also have slow motion, which is what it sounds like.
Okay.
And then you have super slow motion.
Okay.
Which is very, very
I wonder if there is
slow.
a super slow motion speedrun category.
I hope not.
That'd be bad.
Do
but
these,
I'm gonna look it
do
up.
these stack? No, you can't stack them. Now, what one of the later games does, Uncharted 4, has a tweak that is slow motion on aiming only.
Really?
So it's normal speed, but if you hold down aim, it goes slow. Which is that way you can still play the game at a reasonable speed, but you can pull off stupid shots that you probably wouldn't be able to get otherwise. Shoot somebody in the head while jumping through the air.
You can make it look stylish.
Yeah. I've seen people do footage of that and speed it up in post to make it match the speed of normal gameplay and do some pretty wild stuff.
Dang,
and we also
it does not seem like there is, in fact, that speedrun category that I was hoping for.
And then we also have fast motion, which isn't insanely fast. It's just get through the game a little bit faster. This is nice especially for just normal traversal, going through bits of the game that you've already been through before, just to
just a faster movement speed.
Yeah, the whole game is going faster. Everybody's going fast. It's fast motion it's like slow motion. The whole game goes slow. This is fast motion. The whole game goes fast. And it's not, like I said, it's not insanely fast. It's just
enough.
Yeah, it's just a bit faster.
You'd be able to get used to it and play the game normally.
So, black and white, self-explanatory.
Yep.
Don't really need to see too much of that. I think we probably pretty much all got that one. The later games have more interesting ones. Sepia, pretty intense. The next gen, though, this.
Oh.
Just murky and brown
baby.
and just a little bit of bloom shoved in there. We talked about this, at the very beginning of the playthrough. I told you about it beforehand. This is the next gen filter. I remember when I first played Uncharted 2, I don't think I got the joke. I was like, why is this next gen? It doesn't look that much better. Like, it doesn't look really better. Like, the lighting's a little bit different. Is this about, like, some kind of lighting thing that's only possible on PlayStation 3? What is it? It was a joke, but of course, it was a joke. It was a joke.
You got them.
Yeah, I did get them. That's right.
Going across that at the high speed looks funny.
I see him.
Boom. There we go.
That's good.
That was one of the brutals. Yep. In the later games, when that guy, because there's no brutal combo type stuff. In the later games, there are bits like that where enemies will grapple with you mid like melee string. Gosh, look at that! It's so ugly. It's so doo doo. Yeah. In the later games,
just imagine if there was a desert level on here.
In the later games, there are bits where enemies will grapple with you sometimes mid-string. You'll have to hit triangle instead to like break out of a grapple in a timely manner. So in a later game, that would be you kick an enemy and he grabs you, and then you have to switch and hit a different button to perform that move.
Okay.
Almost the exact same animation, but instead of it being a manually activated string, the brutal combo, it's a whole other thing.
You got him. But you didn't get the 3 takedowns like you did.
I did not get the 3 takedowns like I did before. Now, what I think we should do now is go ahead and just go to options. Let's go ahead and, you know what? Oh, we can't go to brutal right now. Darn, that's okay. Maybe we will have to flip over to my save file then. Maybe I was lying. Let's check out.
It took our filter off.
It did, yeah. It reset our filter. Now, let's see what crushing has to offer. We flipped to hard for a couple of seconds. Remember?
Yes.
Let's check out how crushing fares.
Oh. Okay. Difficult.
Where did he go?
Stand up and... Oh, there he is. Yeah, when the auto aim or whatever is a lot better when you're not auto aim. You know what I mean? The hip fire is a lot better when you're actually walking around.
Yeah, it's also certain weapons are just better at it. The shotgun, for example, is really quite good with it. God, I wish I could just turn brutal on, but you have to beat the game on. I guess you have to beat the game on crushing first. But it is honest to God, like 2 bullets kill you most of the time. It's wild.
No, I believe it. Can you just die if you don't do that right there?
Possibly. If I die again, we'll give it a shot and find out. Oh my God, stop it, please.
I think every game should have a bonus where if you get a headshot, it does the Halo 3, or not Halo 3, just Halo in general, the grunt birthday party.
Yay! Absolutely. I agree. You know what, Joey? I concur. I think that's a great, me personally, I love this idea.
So the funniest thing about that for me is, at the beginning I used it because haha funny. Later on I used it because confirmation on kill.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually good. But yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff in here, and you can see if they have a trophy next to them, that means it corresponds to an actual PlayStation trophy.
Okay.
Which this game came out before, because I guess you may not recall this because you didn't own a PlayStation early on. PlayStation did not have trophies at launch.
Really?
Yeah, it took a while for them to implement the actual system, which is why actually some early PlayStation 3 games that were also 360 games just don't have trophies. For example, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare did not have trophies on PlayStation 3. Obviously had achievements, no trophies though.
That's really weird because the trophy system, I would say, is better than the achievement system.
It wasn't wired up for it, and a lot of developers didn't bother to go back and do it after they actually implemented the system. But Naughty Dog, since they were working directly with Sony, basically they knew that it was coming, so they set up this in-game achievement system essentially, and then it was easy for them to just wire everything up properly to correspond to the meta version when it launched.
That's cool.
And then they just kind of kept doing this for the later games. I don't know if it was just, because as I talked about, there was a system of in-game progression with earning cash, and this game I think it was points, not actual money, because I was looking at some footage. But again, in Uncharted 2, it was explicitly it was contextualized as cash, quotation marks.
Yeah,
the points
and
that
I
you
don't
got.
know. I've always had a soft spot for games that have in-game challenges that aren't trophies as well, because I was talking to you about this before about the Persona 5 Royal thing, where it's like the trophies are pretty easy to get, but there's an in-game system for it where it's like this is where the difficulty comes from.
All right, it's not 100 enemies from behind. It's no, maybe I think the trophy's different from the in. I think there's a totally separate trophy from the in-game that's stealth kill way more than that. I think maybe I'm wrong. I seem to recall it taking me forever. It was no. Because I specifically, I had to
check.
No, I specifically remember because I always have trophy pops turned off. Yeah, we can pop out really fast. Why not, right? Have a quick look. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It was saying I'm not connected to the internet because I'm not.
Oh yeah, and so it can't load the rest.
It can't load everything else that you have out there.
It can't load my impressive gamer score and trophies.
250 headshots, 20 enemies with brutal combo. 20 enemies in a row, 5 enemies in a row with brutal combo. 3 enemies with 1 explosion 5 times. 20 enemies with gunfire while hanging. 10 enemies with grenades while hanging.
You gonna throw a grenade while hanging?
Yes. Enemies in a row with a single punch after weakening them with gunfire. So that's and then the single hit. 50 enemies by melee attacking from behind.
Gross.
Yeah, it's not fun. 50 enemies with a micro. 30 enemies, blah, 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 blah. Most of this is pretty straightforward. There are a couple of speedrun ones shoved in here, though, because when you boot up when you make a new save, when you boot up a level, you can select normal campaign experience or to have a speedrun timer in the corner.
Neat.
So beat the fortress in 10 minutes, beat up, heading upriver is the second jet ski level, beat that in less than 5 minutes, which was the last one that I got. It was what I made that little video of. It went on research runs a while ago. The treasure vault in less than 7 minutes. It doesn't care what difficulty you do these on, actually, but I'm pretty sure I did them all on normal just because I wanted to, because otherwise, what's the point? So then the extended collection trophies, these are, I believe, the same, across all three with only a handful of specific exceptions. For example, this one, Supernatural Born Killers, defeat 5 descendants each with a sniper rifle. Obviously, we will not be going back to this island in every single subsequent Uncharted game.
Yes.
So that wasn't in there, but most of the other ones are kill an enemy while playing as an alternate character design, beat the last chapter without dying on normal or harder, which just means you beat the final boss without dying, complete the continuous speedrun as Donut Drake, compare statistics with friends.
Oh my gosh.
Thank God that doesn't go toward platinum. I don't have any friends. Though technically we can get this off of each other for free now.
Exactly.
Need for Speed, complete a speed run with less than 2 hours and 30 minutes, and activate a tweak, any kind of cheat. And then that one completed on Brutal without changing the difficulty.
Yeah.
But that does not go towards the platinum.
Exactly.
None of that goes towards the platinum. Okay, so we did get the trophy for beating it on normal, even though we did technically change too hard in that underground area. So as long as you switch back and complete that encounter, folks, it doesn't matter. It counts, and it does give you the trophies for the previous difficulties. Even if you play on hard, you still get the previous ones. You don't have to go back and replay it on the lower difficulties. But yeah, there we go, folks. That's pretty much it. That right there was Uncharted: Drake's Fortune. Hidden
That
Metal.
was a fun time. I had a good time.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Joey. Guess what?
What?
Second game is even better. Significantly better, I would say.
So I have heard, and now I don't know what to expect anymore from the series.
And next time you're gonna get to play. I'm not gonna help out.
Now I get to embarrass myself.
Well, it's also
Time you'll have to fight.
and oh God, Joshua, shut up.
Bleep that out. It's fine.
No, I honestly, dude, when I said and next time you'll have to play, in my head I heard Crow saying and next time you'll have to fight, and I was like, why? This stupid thing polluting my brain. Joshua was looking at stuff again, distracting me, making me remember things that I don't want to remember. Do I have grenades? Okay, I didn't keep any grenades from that previous area when I respawned. I was trying to change the difficulty. It spawned me in with default
Jump and
crap.
see if you've got good legs or not.
Here, hold on. Let's
See
just...
if you have tender tibias or not.
I'm just gonna give myself better guns. That's the real solution to this problem.
Okay.
It's disabled because I'm running. I gotta stand perfectly still.
Oh, really?
Why is it not working? Oh, I know why. I haven't changed my difficulty back. That's why.
Oh, you can only turn those on for difficulties
That you've beaten.
Oh.
Yeah. Real fast. I just want to, if I can. Yeah, we don't even need to go down there to the combat arena. I can go back this direction. Hold on, because we didn't. It does depend sometimes on what cover you're behind. But because I was playing the game. You noticed I barely ever blind fired with the assault rifles because muscle memory, I've just learned not to. But look at this dumbass exposing his entire body when he blind fires around this corner. Let's whip out some other guns after I get out of cover because I need to do that first.
Oh man, you have to do all these things so that you can cheat properly.
Drake, why are you like this, you stupid man?
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Precisely. And even when you press, it's I press, and there's almost a second of lag before, because he has to move his whole body outward to shoot. And sometimes if you're aiming a certain way, you notice a second, there, he did it again. Sometimes you pull it and he just doesn't wind up shooting. When I was saying there's a lot of jank on this game, I was able to, that's part of why I was playing this one, because I forgot to demonstrate it sometimes, because I've just learned what not to do.
Yep.
I don't think about it consciously at this point, but there's just certain things that I learned, okay, never mind. Drake just doesn't like it when you do these certain things. There, that's the one that I really wanted. His literal whole ass body.
Except for his right foot.
Is out from behind cover. That's his Achilles heel. He's protecting it. Yeah, he just literally sticks, right there. Okay, so I fire with the pistol from this cover going around the left side.
That's all right.
He barely exposes himself. So I wonder if is it certain guns, or is it if I'm shooting around the left that makes it worse?
You did the pistol earlier.
Sure, but let's just see here. Okay, so it looks like it's if you're shooting around the right side of cover, he doesn't expose himself all the way. But if you're shooting around the left side of cover, he has to stick his whole ass body out. And again, what? What was that? What was that?
Awful.
Yeah, so
Fun game, but awful.
Yeah, no, there's some real garbo, and Bluepoint did a good job cleaning up some of the primo garbo. We don't have to worry about 6-axis anymore. But you noticed, I think it was one time during this, it happened to me a couple other times, like during taped stuff that I didn't show. Like that one time I held down to throw the grenade, and like the arc was
just kept going back.
Was just behind me somewhere.
I really wanted to see if you threw the grenade, if that was fake, or if it actually would just...
Oh no, I knew that it would do it, because I'd seen it happen to me
boy.
previously. How about if I fire a pit? Okay, yeah, it still just kind of does the normal animation. Okay, so it's about the side of cover you're covering. I mean, I guess that makes sense because it's the hand that he's firing with, but logic does not necessarily translate to great game design.
Yeah.
Look so logical. He's spinning around like that. Clearly, realism was their primary goal with this game about Nazi zombies.
He's got Heelys.
Yeah, he's got Heelys, exactly. You don't know most of the time because they don't really work in the jungle so well, but every now and then he finds the right moment and he gets to use them in just the right way.
Dude, I know somebody who still uses Heelys, out in public.
Punch him next time you see him.
I'm
just kidding.
I've only met him once.
I'm just kidding. Anyway. Ooh, hold on. Toucan Sam's not going to fly away this time. Toucan Sam. We started the playthrough like that. I had to try it again one more time. Not that specific guy. He just flew away before.
Shame.
That's it, folks. Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Will we play the next one? Absolutely. Of course we're going to play the next one. Are you kidding me? Look forward to Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. Part of the Bluepoint Uncharted Nathan Drake collection, because we're going to play the PS4 version, not the PlayStation 3 version.
Whoa.